All right, here we go. Heat number 1, Joe Lux and Justin Schultz on the front row. Bill Rabbits and Brian Hewitt on the second row. Tyler Clifford and Bill Lux have the third row. David Lux and Edmund Jones round out the field. Well, John, you called your shot in race 1 and it worked out. Hopefully it works for you again. Everybody begins rolling. Joe Lux is going to drop to the tail. Lights are out as they stack up for the start. John, you should call your own shot, list every other driver, and maybe you jinx everybody. Here we go. Pace car dives in. Bill Rabbit's on the high side. A little bit of a blink. Here they come out of 3 and 4. The green flag flies. Heat 1 is underway. Justin Schultz losing some ground, but Bill Rabbit's away like a shot. Got his first heat win here tonight, going for 2 in a row. Justin Schultz battling Tyler Clifford, closing in. Oh, wreck out of turn 4, multiple cars involved. Meanwhile, 3 wide as they battle for second. No, Bill Rabbit's got caught up. He is going to pit road. Brian Hewitt loose out of 4, loses it. And Edmund Jones goes by. Justin Schultz ended up in the wall. A lot of chaos in Heat 1. But 5 to go. Edmund has a big lead over Bill Lux. Justin Schultz in 3rd. Brian Hewitt in 4th. Tyler Clifford in 5th. Bill Rabbits, David Lux are both on pit road. Edmund's lead now almost 2 seconds as Tyler Clifford just set the fastest lap. Kyle McRick and Martin made it into the session barely. He is going to roll off pit road and get a couple laps in. Edmund Jones lead now 2 1/4 seconds. Bill Lux getting closer. Justin Schultz holds on to 3rd. And the white flag flies one more time around for Edmund Jones. Edmund just 5 points out of the points lead. This will help tremendously. He will win Heat 1. Bill Lux has his best finish yet, comes home in second. Justin Schultz holds on for third. On to heat number 2, Gerald Poole and Austin Edwards on the front row. Brad Ron and Kirk Marble have the second row. Andrew Thornton and Ryan McDaniel on the third row. Austin Ruskoff and Zach Mead round out heat 2. Everybody stacked up, ready to go. Austin Edwards has pulled out on track. He will drop to the tail end again. Gerald Poole also dropping to the tail end. That's going to put Brad Ronning and Kirk Marble on the front row. They get the 1 to green. Pace car dives to pit road. Brad Ronning in control of the start. Brad is blinking a little bit as they come to the start. Out of turn 4, the green flag flies. Brad pulls over. And Kirk Marble goes to the lead immediately. Andrew Thornton looks underneath. Andrew gets one heck of a run out of turn 2, side by side through turn 3. Ryan McDaniel right behind. And Andrew Thornton takes the lead. Ryan back in third, right behind Kirk Marble. Zach Mead is fading, coming through 1 and 2. Austin Edwards back in third, just set the fastest lap and is already up to third. Zach Mead and Brad Ronning had a problem behind. Let's see. Oh, Brad got wicked loose out of turn 4, just barely clipped Zach Mead and sends him around. Andrew Thornton still has the lead for the moment. Kirk Marble and Austin Edwards battling for second. Austin trying to pull ahead into second. Kirk gets loose out of 4 but holds on to it. Austin clears into second place, sets his sights on Thornton. Austin Ruskoff has made his way to 5th. Ryan Stoll's on to 4th. Gerald Poole up to 6th. Zach Mead back out on track in 7th. Brad Ronning off track as we've got a battle for the lead. Kirk Marble takes it. Austin cleared Andrew, but the opening was there. Kirk took it. Now Austin to the bottom. Kirk drifts it out of turn 4. The white flag flies. Austin goes deep into turn 1. Andrew Thornton manages to set by. Kirk falls back. Kirk tagged the wall out of 2. Oh, both of the leaders tagged the wall. It's a drag race. They crash. Ryan McDaniel wins again. Ryan McDaniel gets his 2nd heat win of the night. And he's going to go ahead and celebrate. All right, here we go for the feature. Chris Johnson and Richie Joplin on the front row. Edmund Jones, Ryan McDaniel in the 2nd row. Bill Lux, Kirk Marble in the 3rd row. Justin Schultz and Andrew Thornton on the 4th row. Tyler Clifford and Austin Edwards round out the top 10. Brian Hewitt in 11 next to Austin Ruskoff in 12th. Joe Lux and Gerald Poole 13th and 14th. Kyle McCracken Martin next to Zach Mead 15th and 16th. Bill Rabbits, Brad Ronning, and David Lutz round out our 19-car field here at IRP. Based on the battles we saw during the heats, we are in for a show in this one. David Lux appears to be having some problems. He is now back out on track. Chris Johnson on the inside, Richie Joplin on the outside. Pace car dives to pit road. The green flag flies for the feature at IRP. Oh, and a little banging up front into turn 1. Everybody side by side out of turn 2 as we saw in the heat. Oh, Kirk Marble got the wall in the backstretch. We saw in the heat how easy it is to get this car sideways. Chris Johnson has the lead for the moment. Richie in second, and caution. Caution is out. Let's take a quick look at Joe Lux. See what happened with Joe. There was a lot of banging. Brian Hewitt lost it coming out of 4. Joe loses it right in front of Austin. Austin drives up on the hood. According to Cody Kennedy, Kirk Marble is fired. Kirk has come to pit road, as did Austin Edwards. They're looking for repairs. Just taking a quick moment, folks, to catch my breath before this pops off again. Everybody is stacked up, ready to go. They'll get the one to green this time by. All right, the pace car is dove to pit road. And here they come. The green flag flies. Chris fires. Richie learned his lessons, restarting next to Austin Edwards in the late models. He is anticipating that restart better. Edmund Jones back in third. Ryan McDaniel holds on to fourth, but Andrew Thornton on the high side trying to take it. Andrew now takes fourth from Ryan. On the move is Gerald Poole, already up 6 spots into ninth, but on the move also right behind him, Kyle McRecken Martin up 6 spots into ninth. Bill Rabbit's also fighting his way forward now, up 4 spots into 13th. But Chris Johnson, Richie Joplin, and Edmund Jones hold the top 3. Andrew Thornton is up 4 spots now into third, closing the gap on Edmund. Meanwhile, Chris Johnson is opening up a gap on Richie, about 0.7 of a second. Just seems like those top three can't close the gap on each other. Austin Ruskoff making his way up to 10th. Zach Mead battling with Brian Hewitt. Zach now up 3 spots into 13th, trying to take 12th. Chris Johnson is starting to see that car behind getting a bit closer. And Austin Edwards is on pit road. Wow, this is a shocker. Richie Joplin is closing in on Chris Johnson, and Edmund is starting to close in on Richie. Andrew Thornton about 1.25 seconds back, and Bill Lux holds on to 5th for the moment. Ryan McDaniel in 6th, Tyler Clifford in 7th, Gerald Poole up to 8th, Kirk Marble in 9th, McRicken has slipped back to 10th. Austin Ruskoff in 11th, Zach Mead in 12th, Brian Hewitt 13th, Bill Rabbits in 14th, Joe Lux in 15th, and Justin Schultz in 16th. Austin Edwards is still sitting on pit road, but no idea why he came in unexpectedly. Chris's lead now just 0.4 of a second. You know, we were watching earlier, dialing up the roll bar. I don't guess you can see the hands really well. You can see them kinda, but you can see when they get on the power a little too much, they're having to steer the car right. Sends it back through 1 and 2. And just a little bit of having to catch the car as they get on the power. Gerald Poole, one heck of a charge. He is closing the gap on Tyler Clifford. Ryan McDaniel holding on to 6. Tyler Clifford in 7. Ryan trying to shoot the gap between Andrew Thornton and Bill Lux as they battle it out for 4th. Lux goes way deep and somehow makes it stick. Great move by Bill Lux. We've seen drivers doing that tonight. You really got to be confident your tires are going to grip. There's one slip and chaos happens. Andrew Thornton holds them off. Now Bill Lux is having to battle with Ryan. Ryan started in 4th after winning the heat. Trying to fight his way back toward the front. A little bobble as Ryan got on the power. And this group from 4th on back, everybody is right here in that group. This is from 4th place all the way back to 11th, and all within a second of each other. Ryan McDaniel drops to the bottom, trying to shoot the gap underneath Bill Lux. And the caution is out. And it looks like Andrew Thornton got caught up. See if we can see what happened with Andrew. Andrew just lost a bunch of ground. He goes up into the wall. Oh, and right in front of him. Wow, Gerald Poole was sideways, but pulled it back. Great recovery by Gerald. Let's take a look. And the car below just pushes up into Gerald completely sideways, but he straightens her back out. Well, Chris Johnson continues to lead. Austin Edwards is back out on track. Andrew Thornton went to pit road, as did Joe Lux, Zach Mead. Cody, it really has been a great race. You know why I try so hard. All right, here they go. Pace car is in. Chris Johnson in control. Green flag is in the air. And Chris gets an amazing launch into turn one. Shuts Richie's line down as well. Edmund's still right there. Bill Lux now in fourth. This group behind is still that same group we had battling a moment ago from Bill Lux on back. Gerald Poole's save kept him in 8th place. I think McRicken got the wall in the middle of 1 and 2. Ryan gets a little squirrely out of turn 2, trying to get under Kirk. And now McRicken peeks underneath. Chris Johnson continues to lead, but Richie, for the first time, is right there on Chris's bumper, and Edmund only a car length behind. Joe Lux has had a problem back behind, but no caution. See what happened to Joe coming out of turn 4. Oh, just lost the back end under power. Fortunately, got down under the racing line. Got it straightened out, so no caution comes out. And Richie Joplin takes the lead. Did Chris Johnson already use up his tires here? Edmund Jones now right there in striking distance as the battle is on back behind. Bill Lux, Kyle McRacken, Martin Kirk Marble, Andrew Thornton all right there. Ryan McDaniel back in 8th, Gerald Poole in 9th. Brian Hewitt battling for that top 10. Austin Ruskoff looking underneath, and Zach Mead right behind. Tyler Clifford has slipped back into 13th. Bill Rabbits in 14th. Justin Schultz in 15th. McRacken has now made his way up into 4th. Andrew Thornton holds on to 5th. Kirk Marble battling with Bill Lux back behind. Ryan McDaniel trying to fight his way forward, but Gerald Poole still right there. Austin Edwards in that fight, but nowhere near the lead lap after that early pit. Richie Joplin is starting to put a little bit of a gap on him. Now just over half a second in front of Chris. And here comes McRacken looking under Edmund for 3rd. Boy, Andrew ducked low like he was going to send it into 1. Edmund holds off McRacken for the moment. Justin Schultz has gone to pit road. Now Kyle got close there under Edmund. Richie's lead now just over 0.6 of a second. Chris just not able to reel him back in. Edmund Jones right there in 3rd. McRacken in 4th. Andrew Thornton in 5th, still in the fight. Kirk Marble in 6th is closing in on the leaders. McRacken sends it deep into 1 and shuts the door on Edmund. Edmund gives him a love tap. That opens the door for Andrew. Comes by, hits the wall. He almost got by Edmund up top if he hadn't gotten the wall there. Oh, we've got one car in the wall on the high side. That is Justin Schultz. Richie Joplin has pulled out to almost a 1 second lead, and the caution is out. Looks like an incident with Ryan McDaniel. we can see what happened with Ryan. Austin Roscoff looking underneath. He heads down into 3 right by Austin, trying to keep it as low as he can. And it looks like Justin Schultz had a problem on the front stretch that they were avoiding. See what happened with Justin as he comes out of turn 4. Well, he's fine that time by. Looked like he might have got a little bit of the wall. He gets some more of the wall. Out of turn 2. Coming through 3 and 4. He is practically wall riding it. Not sure what happened with Justin. I thought I saw him sideways on the front stretch. May have been wrong. Justin comes out at turn 4, and the back end just snaps around. Everybody avoids him. Barely. Lights are out on the pace car. Everybody stacking up for the restart. Brian Hewitt had a problem a moment ago. He is going to pit road. Looks like he might have just stopped. Pace car is in. Kyle Martin and Andrew Thornton up front. Green flag flies once again at IRP. Chris Johnson, Zachary Mead, Andrew Thornton all battling from second on back. Richie Joplin making his way to the front. Several drivers went to pit road and took fresh tires under that caution. Oh, Richie's around hard to the inside wall. Looks like Edmund Jones is caught up as well. The caution flies. Zachary Mead also had problems. Start with seeing what happened to Zachary Mead. Oh, he comes across, gets loose, gets into Richie's nose. See if we can take a look at this mess from the blimp. Richie Joplin and Edmund Jones both get caught. There you see him get loose. Comes down into Richie. Richie tags Edmund. Everybody else makes it through. McRacken still up front. Remember, McRacken, Chris Johnson, I don't believe they took tires. Chris might have taken right sides. It looks like everybody from third on back mostly took 4 tires. That ought to make things fun. Chris Johnson and McRacken look like they're playing tag there. Ryan McDaniel has had a problem under caution. He is going to pit road. There's Ryan coming down the front straightaway. And what in the world happened? Looked like he just wasn't. And he pulls over and calls it a race. All right, everybody is stacked back up for the restart. Pace car is in. McRacken and Chris Johnson leaning on each other out of turn 4, and the green flag flies. And Chris Johnson is shot out front, and McRacken has problems back behind. And the caution will fly. I was wondering how long that one would take. Let's take a look. All right, there's McRacken out front. Oh, Chris taps him, but straightens him back out. McRacken lost a lot of ground. And so we've got one car in the wall. Everybody trying to avoid that big checkup. And Austin Ruskoff has problems into one. Wow. Ryan had, let's call it, technical difficulties getting word his cat jumped on his keyboard. Cody, you just never know with Ryan. Richie Joplin appears to also be out of the race. He is not happy with the way the racing has gone tonight. Could definitely change things going into next week. Brian, I'd probably be frustrated too, man. You had a great night. 2 heat wins, definitely something to be proud of. All right, here they come out of turn 4. Pace car has dove to pit road. And the green flag flies. Chris Johnson away like a bullet. Gerald Poole has now made his way to third, right behind Andrew Thornton. Edmund Jones back in fourth, Tyler Clifford in fifth. Edmund is missing the front clip. That could be huge. That lack of downforce up front could be problematic. Bill Rabbit's also on the move up 10 spots into 7th. Kirk Marble and Zach Mead. Oh, Kirk gets loose. Oh, man, Kirk spins it out. He'll keep going. We might see him head to pit road. That's a huge setback. Let's take another look at that one. There's Kirk back behind, jumping underneath Zach Mead. Gets on the power out of turn 4. He starts to get up underneath Austin. Continues battling side by side with Zach. Sends it deep into turn 3. But out of turn 4, loses the back end on power and smacks the wall. Folks, that's what happens when you drive a Ford. Gerald Poole has made his way into second, having gotten past Andrew Thornton. If he can hold on for another 27 laps, this will be his best finish in Jones BS Racing. He has pulled a bit of a gap on Andrew Thornton. Edmund Jones back behind, now 1 second behind as Tyler Clifford looks underneath. Austin Ruskoff now up into 6th. Bill Lux on his bumper in 7th. Zach Mead has made his way to 8th. Bill Rabbit's in 9th. And McRacken is back on track in 10th. McRacken made a late pit stop under that last caution. It appears to have sent him way back. Kirk Marble is out of the race. Justin Schultz on pit road. And Chris Johnson has a 2.3 second lead at the moment. Andrew Thornton in 3rd is losing ground to Thanos. Tyler Clifford now in 4th as that front end damage is really starting to impact Edmund Jones. With Richie Joplin out early, Edmund Jones could have taken the points lead tonight, but as he continues to fade, he is going to lose some ground. We could see some big changes in the points going into next week. Austin Edwards has had a problem. Cody, it's not just you, buddy. Facebook has had some problems recently, as has our streaming software with the multi-stream. Unfortunately, it just cuts out every now and then. Let's see if we can see what happened to Austin Edwards. Oh, Austin, whoa! Looked like he was trying to do his drift into turn one, but it went horribly wrong. He did recover and get it going the right way. And the caution is out for Zach Mead and Bill Lux. Zach Mead was closing in. He gets under Lux. Ouch. Let's take a look from the blimp. Looks like one of those racing deals that... Yep, there you see it. They just tapped coming out of 4, and both of them hit the wall. Cody, the interesting thing about it is they released a patch right before we went live, because at that moment we couldn't actually go live for the broadcast tonight, and then they released the patch and we were the guinea pigs for the patch tonight. So I'll say it is a lot better than it has been over the last week, but our apologies. Nothing we can do about the Facebook stream cutting out. We continue to work with them every day. Should be getting 1 to green this time by. Chris Johnson is out front, but Gerald Poole on the high side, I do believe, has fresher tires. Andrew Thornton, Tyler Clifford, Edmund Jones, your top 5. And here we go, the pace car is in. Now to turn 4, the green flag flies. Chris is away like a bullet. Andrew gets underneath Gerald as they go through 1 and 2. Man, they are close as they head down, 15 laps to go. That battle behind is huge for Chris Johnson. He gets away, but Gerald clears. Andrew Thornton holds on to 3rd. Edmund Jones in 4th. Tyler Clifford in 5th. Austin Ruskoff has made his way to 6th. Bill Rabbit's in 7th. Edmund got the wall again. Chris Johnson has an 0.8 of a second lead over Gerald. Will he be able to reel him in? Remember, Chris is on older tires. And old tires on a flat track can be a nightmare. But it seems like Chris has got something figured out. He is pulling away. Tyler Clifford has now moved up into fourth, trying to reel in Andrew Thornton. And the caution is out for McRecken. Well, that's going to set up quite a battle here at the end. Oh, McRecken came into the nose of Austin. He tried to save it instead of going to the outside wall. McRecken does some beautiful drifting and saves it. Chris Johnson, Gerald Poole, Andrew Thornton, your top three. Tyler Clifford now in fourth, Edmund Jones in fifth, McRecken after that great save in sixth, Austin Ruskoff in seventh, Bill Rabbits eighth, Bill Lux ninth, and Zach Mead round out the top 10. Joe Lux, Justin Schultz back still on pit road. Kirk Marble is out of the race, as is Austin, Brian, Richie, Brian Hewitt, and Joe Lux. Definitely turning into a battle of attrition. Lights are out. They are stacked up, ready to go. Does Gerald have enough tire to get past Chris Johnson? Can Chris hold him off on old tires, or will somebody else come from behind to get the win? And it's time to find out. The green flag flies. 7 laps to go. And Chris was away like a bullet. Andrew Thornton still battling Gerald, but Gerald has the nose ahead. One of them has to clear fast for a shot at the leader, and it's going to be Gerald. Tyler Clifford, a rough restart. He has slipped back to 6th. And Bill Rabbits is on the attack. He is now up to 6th. Gerald Poole, though, in second, the biggest mover of the night. Five laps to go, coming to 4 to go for Chris Johnson. Sounds like Brian Hewitt, major technical difficulties. He's going to have to reinstall everything. Three laps to go. Gerald just over a second behind. Somehow Chris has gotten those old tires working. Andrew Thornton back in third. Tyler Clifford now back into fourth. McRecken in fifth. And 2 laps to go for Chris Johnson. Started on the pole, has had a few challenges, but has been more or less untouchable up front. And here we go, the white flag flies one more time around for Chris. I do believe this would be Chris's first win of the season. It will also be Gerald Poole's best finish of the season, but here he comes. Chris Johnson wins at IRP. Gerald Poole coming home in second. Tyler Clifford finishes in third. All right, let's see if we can get a word with our... Well, it appears on the last lap, Tyler Clifford took third away from Andrew Thornton, but not by much. So let's start talking to our drivers. Tyler, congratulations. A last-minute move puts you on the podium.
Thanks, Doug. I didn't know if I was going to get Andrew on that last lap or not.
We were actually looking at the top 2 and missed it. I was going to see if I could pull it up and see the pass for the third, because I know it had to be late in the lap.
Yeah, I got him in 1 and 2, and then he tried to do the wall ride around 3 and 4 to beat me off the line.
Well, he definitely smacked... Yo, he did do the wall ride. He smacked the crap out of the wall out of turn 2. That wall ride almost worked, but you had the momentum out of the turn.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to work. It was definitely a good effort on his part.
Well, man, great job, great finish, great podium, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug. Have a good night.
Okay, I got to give Tyler credit. One heck of a pass. Andrew Thornton did try to pull a Hail Melon, but it just didn't work. Gerald Poole comes home in second. Gerald, I really thought that last restart you might have something for him, but your best finish in Jones BS history.
Oh yeah, that was kind of fun. I had to take that back. I had a lot of fun. I really like short track racing. I think I may have overheated my tires a little bit there. That last 20 laps, trying to maybe run it a little too hard on those restarts, and kind of had to back off a little bit and then get back into it. And I thought I might have a jump, but he got me by a little bit. And then you got those cars behind you. You got to fight off.
Well, it was still a good fight, and you held everybody off, man. A great run tonight and a great finish. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Yeah, it feels good to get up there once in a while.
It is about time. It's long overdue. Great finish, buddy.
Thank you, and thank my sponsor, Navy Joe. If you get a chance, check him out. Navy Joe, www.navyjoe.coffee. Thank you, Doug, for all you do.
My pleasure. And finally, our winner, Chris Johnson. Chris, honestly, I think everybody behind you had better tires.
I stopped and got tires on lap 50, but burned the right front up like 20 laps into it again. So yeah, they had better tires.
Well, did you take 2 tires or 4 when you stopped?
I took 2 tires, 2 right sides.
Okay, that explains it. Still, 2 right sides seem to work really, really well because you were pulling away from guys on fresh tires.
Yeah, I just couldn't get to the bottom at all, so if I had to save at all down there, there was no possibility.
Well, more importantly, you ended up beating Austin, too, which is something that doesn't happen often.
Yeah, it's going to be a great conversation at work. Looking forward to the trash talk with him.
Well, definitely record some. We want to hear it. But, man, a great win tonight. Congratulations, buddy.
Hey, thank you, Doug.
Chris Johnson back in victory lane. Thank you guys so much for being here. I apologize. I have been a bit off tonight. Hopefully we'll be back to normal tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, y'all.